Hey, what's happening, nation? It's Son Joku. I am finally live again, and I'm happy as hell about it. There's a couple of things I want to talk about tonight. I want to take a look at a different offense. I want to talk about a little bit of Raiders news, and I just want to check out some important dates that are coming up for us. If you are new to the channel, please do think about subscribing. It really does help me out and keep me growing. If you guys want to jump in the comment section, feel free to. I'm going to try to read as many as I can and just kind of roll through this. We're not going to waste too much time. Let's go here. This offense, dude, I call it speed kills, trips right, get the defense completely spread out. I like having Brown next to Ruggs and having Renfro playing that inside spot. And the only reason that I put Waller on the outside, even though he does do it sometimes, is just so you have the advantage of being able to pull Drake down and then just empty in the backfield just to open things up. So I thought it was really cool, man. I think it brings a really positive element to us, just as far as somebody is going to have to keep up with Brown. Somebody's going to have to keep up with Ruggs. Waller's going to demand safety help on the other side, and it's going to leave Renfro wide freaking open. And if Drake can stay back and either make that block or even run a screen over in that direction, there's so many things that you could do out of this. I'm really hoping that we see more packages like this. I really think that would be cool. I personally love it, man. Let me keep moving on here. And then Kirby Wilson, our running back coach, retired. Pretty much sucks. That dude's been in the league for like 35 years. He's super well respected. Just turned 60. His retirement kind of came at a weird time. I figured he would have done it at the end of last season if he was going to, but it's happening before camp. You're going to end up seeing that role get filled pretty damn quick. So keep an eye out for who comes in. I'm really curious to see who ends up taking that position. But I don't know. It's going to happen fast. I really haven't heard anything else about it. And then as far as the dates and everything that are coming up, July 27th, first day of training camp. I'm super jacked for that. You're going to be pumping out videos pretty consistently. Then the first preseason game versus the Seahawks is August 14th. The first roster cuts are my favorite part of the offseason. I'm not going to lie, just kind of predicting to see who's going to stay and who's going to go. We cut down to 85. Got the preseason game versus the Rams. And then on the 24th, we have the roster cuts down to 80. It's like a small little gap, but then we play that game against the the preseason game versus the 49ers, and then you come back on August 31st, and we're carving down to our 53-man roster from 80. So, I mean, that's a good 30 or 27 dudes getting cut off this team. You're going to end up seeing some big moves made this season. You're going to see some names gone that you possibly weren't thinking that were going to be gone. I'm really curious to see how it shakes out, man. I really think this team has a chance at being something really special. I know I say that every year, but we have way more depth, and the pieces that we have on this team are way better than what we have had in the past. So hit me up in the comments, man. Like I said, I'm just kind of chilling out tonight. I really want to hear from you guys. It's been a minute since I have been live, so we're not going to jump into the comments. Anthony, what's going on, dude? Dex, how are you? Steven, what's up, man? Carlos, it's been a minute. Al, what's happening? James, what's good, dude? I'm glad you can make it to the show. You ready for 27 days till an actual Raiders game with fans? Man, I'll tell you, dude. They caught so much shit over that Garth Brooks concert. So many people bitching that they didn't know where to go when it was such a long, it was like 0.3 miles, dude. I'm telling you, I'll walk more than that to get to a Braves game in Atlanta. Just a bunch of people out there bitching, dude. But they said the signage and everything was off. I'm not worried about it. That stadium's going to be packed. It's going to be the difference maker for this season. I cannot wait, dude. Pizza, what's happening, man? Yeah, dude, I've been swallowed up at work, man. I'm glad I could make it out. Oh, Chef, what's good, dude? Keep doing it, brother. I'm doing what I can. D-Mag, how are you doing, man? I hope you're feeling well. Still think about you daily. I hate you. What's going on, dude? Did the Raiders running back coach resign? Yeah, dude, he retired as of today. So Kirby is gone. We'll end up seeing what happens. Why did he retire at this time? Who's replacing him? I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, dude, it was kind of weird that he did end up retiring at the time that he did retire. It was kind of weird. Forced to resign, stumbling. What is that? What it is? I really haven't heard too much about it, man. So if he was forced, it seemed like I thought maybe he got sick or something came up. He's getting later in his life. I was hoping that it wasn't going to be anything too crazy. I don't know why they would have forced him to resign, man. That kind of sucks, dude. Oh, Callie, what's going on, dude? I'm glad you can make it out. Just wanted to come out live tonight, just kind of talk about that offense and just some of the other stuff that we've been doing, just kind of breaking everything down. Just kind of see what you guys are feeling. I know it's the off season. We're in the middle of the off season, so it kind of sucks because there's really nothing happening right now. So when you get a little bit of news, I wanted to bring it out. And like I said, I've been pumping out those videos where I have not been live. And I do like making those, dude. But the whole reason I started making YouTube videos was to sit here and just bullshit with you guys back and forth. And not having that's kind of sucked. So I'm really glad that I am back. Freddie, how are you doing, man? Much respect from the Duke City, New Mexico. Freddie, I appreciate that, man. Maybe Gruden pushed him out. That's the thing, though, man. He was such a well-respected coach. Even Gruden went out and got him and brought him in. I don't know, like maybe Josh Jacobs and them, or Josh Jacobs and Drake, maybe they weren't picking up the system well enough and he was trying to get a different face in there. Maybe it was just him getting old and he was like, I just can't do it for another year. I'm really hoping to see what it is, man. It seems like it, I don't know. It does. Just because it is such an awkward time for him to come out and retire off of this team. It just seemed really weird to me. Oh, Costas, what's going on, man? I'm glad you could make it out to the show. Let me see if I can click back up. I was screwing around with these guys. That was that last defense that I had out. And then when I was making that last 3-4, so many of you guys were like, dude, you got to put Max Crosby out there. I don't even know. I thought a lot of you guys have been talking about if Max Crosby was going to be a starter for us. A lot of you guys have been saying that Hankins is going to be playing inside and that Farrell's going to be starting on the other side. Max Crosby is going to be like that rotational blitz piece. I really don't know if that's going to happen. I really want to see exactly how this plays out. I think Farrell's going to end up playing the inside a hell of a lot. That's why I'm really excited for this offseason just because there are so many moving pieces with this. Between that defensive line and our safety group, I really want to see who shakes out as the starters. I think our cornerbacks are pretty much set. I think you're going to end up seeing Hayward as number 2, Mullen as number 1. And then Arnett kind of playing that number 3, but not playing that nickel or not playing that slot spot that everybody was expecting him to. I'm really thinking that Hobbs or Amik Robertson's going to end up taking that over. I think Amik's going to start the season. Hobbs is going to end up beating him out towards mid to end season. So I'm really curious to see what ends up happening with that room. Jump back in. Oh, Anthony, what's good, dude? Little Sean, always something happening before the start. Yeah, always. There's always something that ends up popping up before the season starts. Upstate, how are you doing, man? I'm glad you can make it out to the show. Hope you are having a great summer. I am having a good summer. My kids are having fun. I've been working my ass off, though. I'm not even going to lie to you or try to sugarcoat it, dude. It sucks owning a restaurant with nobody wanting to work right now. Is Herschel Walker still planning on running in Georgia? He might make a good coach. He is still planning on running for the last I heard. I'd rather see him run for that than be our running back coach. Could be a health issue that made him retire. That's what that was my first thought. Like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, damn, I really hope everything's good with that guy. I hope he's healthy and everything's going well. Kirby man, may have had other life issues that forced him for the retirement. Anything from a new granddaughter to other family issues. That's it, Kyle. It could be anything. It was just weird timing, so I figured it had to be something. This is our base right here. Anthony, I really think that defense is our base defense. A lot of people gave me a ton of shit about that, but I really thought that it was. I thought that looked incredibly good, and it seemed like those would have been like the legitimate starters for our team. The only thing I could have seen possibly changing is if they didn't want Farrell to play the inside, then you'd end up sticking Jefferson or somebody like that into that defensive tackle role to have two true defensive tackles, and then have Yannick on one side, and then have Max Crosby or Farrell on that other side, depending on who's going to be the starter. But I think it's going to be like a true rotation on that defensive line. I like it with Solomon Thomas getting reps too. I do too. That was actually, I love having Solomon Thomas in there. Amik sucks in my opinion. I don't know. I don't want to say Amik sucks just because he did play for Gunther, but what you saw of Amik did suck, and there's no other way to say that. But I really think a dude like Hobbs, or even a Rasul Douglas or somebody, I don't want to see it be Nevin Lawson. I think that's the last freaking thing I want to see. But I could see one of those guys kind of shuffling into that spot and slowly taking it over. And then, like I said, dude, it's going to put Arnett back a spot, but he's just going to be the backup outside corner. You have to have that in case one of our guys goes down, and I'm okay with that, especially for one season. I don't think Farrell plays DT in the base, Solomon Thomas or Quentin Jefferson in the base. That's what I was thinking too. That's why I wanted to stick. That's why I had Solomon Thomas in there in that one that I actually put together for myself. I don't want him to sniff the field. I don't want his ass to sniff the field at all. He retired because Gruden is too stressful. I like Quentin Jefferson. I believe he and Yannick played college ball together. You are correct about that. So I'm very happy to see what ends up happening with that. A lot of these guys, like even Drake and Josh coming back together and having that college relationship moving forward. Damn, Kelly, you know you don't have to do that, man. I hit every damn comment I can, but I really do appreciate that. Much respect and love. Keep up the good work, bro. I appreciate you, dude. I really do. I appreciate all of you guys. I just like coming out here and busting out these videos. I've really been getting a lot of subs lately, which is super exciting, especially when you're a smaller channel like me. Just kind of watch it keep growing and just getting the positive feedback hearing from you guys. Amik is better as an outside cornerback. Hobbs is at that Isaiah Johnson spot. See, I don't know. I've heard so little about Isaiah Johnson. And for as much as I want him to be that dude for our team, it drives me insane that we have not heard that much about him coming out. But hopefully when camp gets started, everything starts to get in the rotation. All the dudes are there. They're working out together. Hopefully we don't have any injuries and we can see like exactly how this thing pieces up. Farrell is a solid defensive tackler, defensive end. I trust him. I have complete trust in him. I know a lot of people have given him shit since he's been on this team. A lot of people are like, we took him way too high, and there was other talents on the board when we took him, and some of them have panned out, and some of them have completely washed out. So I mean, you're taking a chance. You want to go for the best player available and the best character player, which I don't really agree with that part of it. But I think Farrell has worked out awesome for us. I really do. I think that kid's going to continue to progress and just get better and better. You're going to see that kid bust out this year, and I'm happy as hell about that. Farrell won't light up the stat sheet, but he's good at, yes, that's it. He is good at owning his gap, making. He's good against the run. He's good at a damn lot of things. 54 days until kickoff, you were damn straight about that, and only a couple weeks away from the start of training camp, where we'll really start getting some true news. You'll start seeing exactly how things are shaking out. There's always a few like crazy injuries for all teams, like right at the start of training camp, so hopefully you can avoid that shit, even though you know we're not going to. So I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. I'm really excited about it. This is going to be a short one tonight because I do have some stuff that I have to do. So if you guys can click that like button on your way out, I would appreciate that. But until next time, guys, I'm Sun.